Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so today we will be reading from Anguttara Nikaya. So for those who have Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation, the printed version, please turn to page 1553. I could only find the online version. I could only find the one on Access to Insight. That one is by Thanissaro Bhikkhu. So I will put the link in the chat window for those who just dialed in. But I will read from the printed text translated by Bhikkhu Bodhi. Okay. So let us start. So this is 11.1 Kimattha Sutta. What is the purpose? Or what purpose? Thus have I heard. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. Then the Venerable Ananda approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side, and said to him, Bhante, what is the purpose and benefit of wholesome virtuous behavior? So then the Buddha replied, Ananda, the purpose and benefit of wholesome virtuous behavior is non-regret. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of non-regret? The purpose and benefit of non-regret is joy. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of joy? The purpose and benefit of joy is, so here the translation uses rapture, but Bhante Dhammagavesi, there's another better translation than rapture. Am I right?
So this series of explanations of happiness or rapture or joy, which is there, there are other translations, but there are no kind of agreement between them. So somebody will say that it is joy, somebody will say rapture, and some will say this is, there is one other word they use. The basic Bhante Vimal Ramsi used to explain to us that when these words are used, they are using from the gross to the more subtle experiences of joy. So like somebody, your team winning a cup, World Cup or something like that, you're like full of joy. That's a very gross feeling. And then there is certain feeling of when you kind of win and promotion or something like that. There is joy and excitement is there, but you are not jumping. Then there is a joy of say holding a baby in your hand. There this feeling of very satisfaction is there. Then there is a joy of say going to a place in the morning, seeing a sunrise, and your mind and body is very kind of cool. And those kind of experiences you have just a few times in your life. So when you just see this and then you feel this kind of tranquility and peace. So now there is a subtleness which is there. So if every word in my experience is going through a filter of your perception. Okay, so when you are listening to a word of rapture, which is not used in our language, in India, at least in English, rapture is not used, but say in the Western Christian kind of context, rapture is used as kind of a way to explain, certain concepts. So, but say joy is one of those words I think that can be used over here as a synonym for that word.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, I shall continue here. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of rapture? The purpose and benefit of rapture is tranquility. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of tranquility? The purpose and benefit of tranquility is pleasure. Just pausing here, Bhante. Here, does the pleasure mean, because before I go to the next reading, the next sentence will talk about concentration. I'm just wondering, is pleasure here talking about the piti before the samadhi or not really?
I think it is, I think more about passadhi. I think so. That is tranquility, which is there, or a state which is explained by Buddha. I kind of like this explanation is that when you are sitting in a water, okay, the water coming to the head, and the temperature of the water is perfect for your body, okay, and the water is very calm and the temperature is perfect, and when you are sitting in that kind of water, you have no kind of discomfort. And you have to look at this from the perspective of meditation. So when you are in such a meditative state, then what happens is you are able to stay on your object of meditation and then continue your practice for a long time. So this is a state of kind of in third jhana, when we are saying that he is having pleasure with the, he is feeling pleasure with the body. So when you are in third jhana, just before you kind of go into the fourth jhana, when there is a perfect equanimity is there. But in this space, you are just feeling comfortable with the body also. And the third jhana. So this kind of should be kind of seen as a place where your ability to sit is there, but your ability to feel the kind of pleasure from that comfortableness of this body is there. So both of them are in balance over here in this stage.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Okay, so I shall continue from just now. The purpose and benefit of tranquility is pleasure. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of pleasure? The purpose and benefit of pleasure is, so the translation here is concentration, but I guess it's what we normally use, collectedness. Yeah. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of collectedness? The purpose and benefit of collectedness is the knowledge and vision of things as they really are. Before I continue, Bhante, Do you want to explain a little bit about knowledge and vision?
The knowledge and vision is at the time when you are in fourth jhana. Okay. See, collectedness is coming in a way that collected means samadhi. Samadhi means the ability to be on the subject. Your ability to say, if you are looking at a rock, then you are able to look at a rock. If you look at your attention in your mind, as we do, in our meditation. So when we are kind of doing sending kind of equanimity to all directions. So we know when a thought arises, and we know when the thought is staying, when we know the thought goes away. So we know that the not being there, it came into being, and being there, it went away. So you know the impermanence of those thoughts. Then not being there, it came on its own, and on its own, it went away. So you know the impersonality of those thoughts. You know the impersonality of all phenomena which is arising and passing away. And in that, you also know where the resistance is there. So what is the explanation Bhante Vimalramsi is giving of dukkha? So there is this thing which is there, and then you are resisting it. Now, when you are there, pain is there. The pain is just the pain. It is like the first dart or the first arrow which you are hit. That is physical pain. So when we oppose it, when we oppose this thing, the pain, why is it not going ahead? Why me? What did I do to deserve this pain? All these things which is there, that is opposing this pain. Now, when this is opposing this pain, you are creating dukkha. So that is the second arrow. We are kind of hitting our own self and creating the dukkha. So now you understand where the resistance is there. So the knowledge of things as they are, that is kind of coming to you in the meditative state. At this stage you are able to see the things coming up. Maybe you are able to see when the tension and tightness is coming in the body, and then this is the craving stage, and you let go, and then there are no thoughts which are coming up. The after craving, the clinging is there. The clinging is not coming up. The habitual tendency is not coming up. The birth of action is not coming up. So you are able to know things as they are arising and passing away. And those things are the things which are actually the reality of how the mind's attention is moving from one thing to another. So mindfulness is remembering to observe the attention, how the mind's attention is going from one thing to another. So now here we are seeing actually how the mind's attention is going from one thing to another. And by seeing that, we are seeing the reality, which is the Yatha Bhuta Jnana Darshana.
So Bhante, that is the vision. When we see what occurs in the mind at that point, that becomes the vision. That is what the vision is.
But one important thing is that in one of the sutta, Buddha says that if you are satisfied at this stage also, then you will not have a progress. So you are not going to kind of get the progress just by knowing this. By knowing this, you have to just then keep on kind of practicing. So then the next steps which are mentioned, those will happen.
Okay, thank you, Bhante. Okay, so we continue. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of the knowledge and vision of things as they really are? The purpose and benefit of the knowledge and vision of things as they really are is disenchantment. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of disenchantment? The purpose and benefit of disenchantment is dispassion. So Bhante, I like to pause here because the question of the difference between the translation disenchantment and dispassion, I think, is a very popular question. So maybe Bhante, if you don't mind to clarify it here.
So one way of looking at it is like I kind of give this example a few times. Is that when, say, you are going into a buffet kind of a lunch, okay? You go to a big restaurant or a five-star hotel, and you go for the buffet. So initially, what happens is you go and take a lot of things. Because you want to kind of take the good stuff. There is shrimp is there, then you go and get the shrimp, and there is cheeses are there. So you say, okay, I'll get the cheeses and all the good stuff. I'll just first go and take all these things because our craving is there for all those things, you know. So then we are going grabbing these things. So that time our craving is there in full kind of force. When there is disenchantment, and dispassion. So now what is the disenchantment stage? The disenchantment stage is that you say that, okay, if it is there, I will go, I will not kind of rush. If it is available, I will take. I will not kind of rush to that table. If there are 5 people kind of grabbing the cocktail or the cheeses are there, then I'll just, it is okay. If it is available, I can have it. If it is not available, it is not. So the attachment for that is reduced. Okay. And then that means that you are not so much attracted to it. Like if you have a magnet, say, if this magnet is there and you put a big cloth on it, and when you kind of use this magnet, then it is not, it has still some attraction, but it is not that much attracted. It cannot kind of hold on to each other. So there, what happens is the mind is kind of stepping back, because it is seeing the reality of how the things are coming up, how my craving is there. The mind may still have craving, but you can six-hour those cravings. So you are not so much attracted to it. Now, the next stage is dispassion is, then it does not matter. The buffet is there, and this food, whatever food is available, you will be able to take. But there is no preference for shrimp or cheese, or maybe there is just bread and pasta is there. So you say that whatever is available, so there is no choice which is there. So now there is a kind of no kind of passion is there for any of those things. So the attraction which is there. So if I take this example of a magnet, now this magnet has no attraction. Now if when you put them together, it will not stick. The other way the Buddha is explaining is at the stage of anagami, a monk can go and eat the royal food, because they were invited to king's palaces, and it would not be any danger, because the king's food, also the best food, if he's having, still he will not be attracted to those foods. So that stage is where there is no kind of attraction which is there for anything. There's the food is there just for maintaining the body. That is the concept we develop as monks. We have a chanting which is there for the purpose of eating. That is called Pati Sankha Yoniso in the Patam Pati Sevami. That is in Pali, but there is an English translation in Vatpananachat. I used to be there, and that I liked. So that is that wisely reflecting. I have alms food, not for fun, not for pleasure, not for fattening, not for beautification, only for the maintenance and continuance of the body, for keeping it healthy and with helping with the holy life. Thinking thus, I will allay my hunger without overeating. So now that is the concept which is there we are developing, but that concept is in full kind of bloom when we are in dispassion. So we are only eating for the maintenance of this body. We are not just eating just for the pleasure which is there, or the effect of which is there on the body. Just for the hunger which is coming, to allay the hunger, we are having this food. So that is a mind state of a dispassionate mind. So it is a development from kind of disenchantment, where the attraction has reduced, and now this attraction has gone. Now, certain monks kind of say that it is akin to disgust. But the disgust is a practice which the Buddha has given certain times, that you are kind of repelled by that. But that is a practice which is there to put it in balance. If your mind is attracted too much, then you look at the negative side. Say if there is a rod which is there, which is bent like this. So now to kind of make it straight, you do over correction, and then the rod will be like this. So in that that practice is different. But this mind is not of mind of disgust. This mind has equanimity in it. So there is no attraction. So it sees the reality, and it reduces its attachment. And now this attachment has kind of gone into kind of dispassion. So there is no attraction. Okay.
Okay, very nice analogy. Thank you, Bhante. Okay, we shall continue. The purpose and benefit, actually, hang on. So I'll just read again. And what, Bhante, is the purpose and benefit of dispassion? The purpose and benefit of dispassion is the knowledge and vision of liberation. Okay, that's interesting. So, Bhante, I guess the knowledge and vision of liberation, that means Nibbana. Am I right? Okay. So the last paragraph here. Thus, Ananda, the purpose and benefit of wholesome virtuous behavior is non-regret. The purpose and benefit of non-regret is joy. The purpose and benefit of joy is rapture. The purpose and benefit of rapture is tranquility. The purpose and benefit of tranquility is pleasure. The purpose and benefit of pleasure is concentration. The purpose and benefit of concentration is the knowledge and vision of things as they really are. The purpose and benefit of the knowledge and vision of things as they really are is disenchantment. The purpose and benefit of disenchantment is dispassion. And the purpose and benefit of dispassion is the knowledge and vision of liberation. Thus, Ananda, wholesome virtuous behavior progressively leads to the foremost. So that was the end of the sutta. Does anyone have any questions? Any additional questions for this short sutta? No questions?
One thing I just wanted to add about the virtuous behavior is that they are the precepts. When we are saying virtuous behavior, it is the 5 precepts for kind of lay people, 8 precepts for anybody who is doing uposasta, that is the full moon or a new moon celebration he is doing, or 10 precepts for samaneras, or 227 precepts for a monk. I don't remember the exact number. I think 331 for nuns. So that are the precepts. So those precepts are important. So just taking in account the 5 precepts for lay people are there. So when a person is taking kind of the precepts and keeping those precepts, then what happens is there is a change in the state of mind. How it is expressed is that when your mind is following the precepts, when you are one is following the precepts, their mind is calm. Because their mind is calm, the non-regret is there in the mind. So the natural tendency for a person who is following the precepts will be that non-regret will be there in the mind. So that next sutta which I was kind of referring to, so that is going into that thing. So we have to understand that one other way of looking at it is, what is the kind of cause and condition for ignorance, the Buddha is saying. The cause and condition for ignorance is 5 hindrances. Okay, and what is the cause and condition for those 5 hindrances? They are the 3 kinds of misconduct with body, speech, and mind. So what is the misconduct? Is breaking of the precepts. So breaking of the precepts are directly linked to the hindrances. So whenever there is hindrances coming in, sometime in the past, there was breaking of the precepts and it has matured currently as a hindrances. So this come in our daily life also. Normally, we kind of wake up certain times with a bad mood. Certain times we are kind of gloomy, and there is no reason for that. And certain times we are happy, just happy for no reason. You know, oh, I was in a good mood and I did this and that. So those things which you have done, good actions you have done in the past, may also come up as some good kind of mind states in this lifetime. So the precepts are linked to the hindrances, and it are linked to the ignorance and the whole cycle which is going on in the samsara of the dependent origination. So I think you should read the other thing also, which is also interesting, and I like that way of explanation. Then I'll maybe share one of those short teachings by Ajahn Jayasaro he recently sent. So I'll read that. Okay.
Oh, okay, I will continue. So this is 11.2 Volition. Students, for a virtuous person, one whose behavior is virtuous, no volition need be exerted. Let non-regret arise in me. It is natural that non-regret arises in one who is virtuous, one whose behavior is virtuous. For one without regret, no volition need be exerted. Let joy arise in me. It is natural that joy arises in one without regret. For one who is joyful, no volition need be exerted. Let rapture arise in me. It is natural that rapture arises in one who is joyful. For one with a rapturous mind, no volition need be exerted. Let my body become tranquil. It is natural that the body of one with a rapturous mind is tranquil. For one tranquil in body, no volition need be exerted. Let me feel pleasure. It is natural that one tranquil in body feels pleasure. For one feeling pleasure, no volition need be exerted. Let my mind be collected. It is natural that the mind of one feeling pleasure is collected. For one who is collected, no volition need be exerted. Let me know and see things as they really are. It is natural that one who is collected knows and sees things as they really are. For one who knows and sees things as they really are, no volition need be exerted. Let me be disenchanted. It is natural that one who knows and sees things as they really are is disenchanted. For one who is disenchanted, no volition need be exerted. Let me become dispassionate. It is natural that one who is disenchanted becomes dispassionate. For one who is dispassionate, no volition need be exerted. Let me realize the knowledge and vision of liberation. It is natural that one who is dispassionate realizes the knowledge and vision of liberation. Thus, students, the knowledge and vision of liberation is the purpose and benefit of dispassion. Dispassion is the purpose and benefit of disenchantment. Disenchantment is the purpose and benefit of the knowledge and vision of things as they really are. The knowledge and vision of things as they really are is the purpose and benefit of collectedness. Collectedness is the purpose and benefit of pleasure. Pleasure is the purpose and benefit of tranquility. Tranquility is the purpose and benefit of rapture. Rapture is the purpose and benefit of joy. Joy is the purpose and benefit of non-regret. And non-regret is the purpose and benefit of virtuous behavior. Thus, students, one stage flows into the next stage. One stage fills up the next stage, or going from the near shore to the far shore. Okay, Bante, so that was the second sutta. Bante, you're muted. Sorry.
I'll just share this document. This is the kind of the image which was is shared. Ajahn Jayasaro stays in Thailand. He is one of the last kind of disciples of Ajahn Chah who had ordained, one of the last disciples. And he's a legend in his own kind of right. After Ajahn Chesaro is also considered one of those Kuba Ajahns or the big monks of Thailand. So over here, he is talking about a teaching of the 5 spiritual faculties or powers, because they are the same. Faculties and powers, they are all the same, which is there. So if you want me to share the screen, or you can open this on your screen yourself, and maybe for the benefit of the people who would be seeing, would I have the access to share screen? You have to kind of give me the access, I think so. Or you can share this. Huh?
Yes, Bante. I was hoping to save you the trouble. Do you
Okay,
see
yes, very
my...
good. Very good. So this is about the 5 spiritual faculties or powers are faith, effort, mindfulness, that is sati, samadhi is collectedness, and wisdom or panya. So now what he is explaining is in the same manner. Faith leads to effort. So one who has faith, one who has confidence, one who has conviction will do the effort required. Or it is called also virya, or the energy. Okay. So when the effort is done, that leads to sati, that leads to mindfulness. When there is mindfulness, that leads to samadhi, which is the collectedness of mind, being able to be your mind directed to something and staying on that something. When this samadhi is there, that leads to wisdom. Wisdom is also how the things are there as they are. Yatha bhuta jnana dasana is also a part of wisdom, because you are knowing the things as they are. So one leads to another. So this theme which is there is given by the Buddha in many instances. In the instance of the Eightfold Path also, the Buddha is giving the same kind of understanding. So it starts with right view or harmonious perspective. So when there is right view, what would happen is there is a right intention or right thoughts. Okay. When there is a right thoughts and intention, then there is right speech, harmonious communication. So after right speech, there is right action. So if your speech is there, your action will be aligned with that. So when you are, say, thinking about and talking about, say, dana or being generous, then what would happen is your actions will be generous. If somebody is there going to the door, then it will be natural for you to kind of pull the door and help somebody to enter. Or if you find in the flight, somebody struggling to put the luggage there, it would be natural for you to kind of go and help them and put the luggage, or help somebody to remove the luggage. So this thing is because your thoughts and your speech was aligned to a certain aspect, then your action was there. When your action is there aligned to that wisdom, the right view, then what would happen is your lifestyle, or the harmonious lifestyle, or the right livelihood is there. So your life is aligned to your actions. And when this is there, then your practice or the right effort is there. Harmonious practice or right effort is natural. When that is there, then what would happen is the harmonious observation or right mindfulness is there. When that is there, then the right collectedness or the harmonious, right concentration or harmonious collectedness, which is there, that is happening. So one thing leads to another. So you start with certain things and other things will develop. So this theme which is there across all his teachings. In the teachings of the 7 factors of awakening, also the Buddha says it starts with mindfulness. When the mindfulness is there, you can adjust the energy. So investigation is there. When the investigation is there is an energy is there, virya is there. When the virya is there, then there is piti, joy is there. When joy is there is a passadhi, which is the tranquility is there. When there is tranquility, what would happen is collectedness of mind is there. When there is samadhi, then equanimity comes. So a mind which is collected will naturally become equanimous. So this theme of one thing leading to other is a very kind of prevalent across the teachings of the Buddha. And it also kind of encourages one to practice. So when you do the first step, then the road is cleared for the second step. Certain times people get kind of overwhelmed. Initially, I used to get also overwhelmed that, oh, 8-fold path. I have to kind of develop 8 things. And that becomes kind of a little bit more. Then somebody says, no, you have to develop 37 things over here. And then it's also, oh my God, all those 37 things, how am I going to develop those 37 things? There are the 4 objects of mindfulness. There are 4 right efforts. There are the 4 powers, idhipada. Then there are 5 faculties, and then 5 powers, and then 7 factors of awakening, and 8-fold path. It becomes kind of too much. But the Buddha is saying that you do the first step, and that becomes the cause and condition for the second step. So it's an encouragement for practice. It is an encouragement that when you start the practice, when you continue with the practice, the next steps will keep on coming. And you should not leave the practice at any time when you leave the practice or become self-satisfied. Even when you are seeing yatha bhuta jnana darshana, and the Buddha says in one of the suttas that when the monk is satisfied with that, oh, I am able to see as they are, things as they are, then also his progress will get stagnated. But he has to keep on practicing. When you keep on practicing, it kind of encourages you to kind of go to the next step and the next step. So this is a kind of very good sutta. I like that sutta which is there. It is called Transcendental, kind of in certain places. But it is just a natural process. There is a transcendentalness is there in any practice you do. Even if a person has the first jhana and he kind of develops his understanding of the impermanence, still he can attain nibbana. So every practice which is there in the process of the Buddha can kind of lead you to nibbana. Just the first jhana, if you have attained, and you are able to see that though these things which are there in this jhana are impermanent. If they are impermanent, then they are the causes of dukkha. Because how the dukkha is there wherever is you have a piece of physical thing or a mental thing which is there, which you have attachment to. It is always impermanent. There is a good mood is there, but that good mood goes and then you are in depression. That's the reason bipolarness is there, no? So it is, they are hyper and then they are kind of depressed. Because that hyperness goes, then depression comes. When you are in equanimity, then there is no hyperness and there is no depression. So when you are understanding that though this is impermanent, you also understand that the dukkha in it. And also you understand if it is impermanence, it is not in my control. What is not in my control is not mine. Is the body in my control? It is not. It kind of grows old. It kind of becomes weaker. Do I want it to become weaker? Did I tell it should be growing old? When you grow old, all these pains and aches come. So I am almost 50 now. And now I kind of know when I get up, there are pains and aches. Did I ever ask for it? I did not ask for it, but they are there here. There are certain kind of imbalances which are there. Then is the feeling which arises. Is it something we can control those feelings? If you take a pin and prick ourselves, the feeling which is there, the pain is there. Can you kind of predict that that should be joyous? You cannot. So then feeling is not in my control. How we perceive things which are there. Can we say that our perception is in our control? It is not. Then what are the these are called objects of mind objects, or they are also called thoughts, we can say. When there are thoughts are there, can we say that the thoughts are in our control? No, we are not. We are there, and in meditation we see that there is no thought, and then there is a thought which arises. So we have no control on that. And then the next is the consciousness is there. Is the consciousness in the control? It is not in our control. So we know that this is all impersonal. So by just being in the first jhana, you can reach to Nibbana. So the Buddha's practice is a practice which is an encouragement that if you keep on it, then you will be able to develop your wisdom. So it's an encouragement to develop, and it is also an encouragement saying that, oh, I am not in fourth jhana, I am not in quiet mind, I am not in neither perception or non-perception. But that is not always needed. Certain times your mind state is there, your karmic situation is there, makes you kind of stuck in just maybe a first jhana. But still, that first jhana can be a cause and condition for awakening. So Buddha is giving a very kind of encouragement in many of his suttas that the practice should be continuous, and by doing one, the next thing definitely will come along. It may take some time based on our karmic balance and all these things, but it is due to you. Whatever is due will be coming, because it is a cause and effect. It is like gravity. In any planet you go, when we are calculating gravity on Earth, but we can calculate the gravity on any planet, because that principle remains the same. So it's a very kind of good sutta suggested by you. So it's a good thing. Yes. So Mei, do you want to add something? Your thoughts on it?
I had a thought, but it came and went. So never mind. It's okay, Bhante.
So anybody else has a question or any thought they want to share? Or their point of view? Nobody. Okay. Okay, then we can share the merits. Okay. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much, Bhante. Hope the retreat will go well.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thanks everybody for coming. Okay. Thank you.